Okay, this is going to be a how-to video for a follow-up of yesterday's video on how to do this new method that I'm calling the water layer, air layer, water layer. It's called the air layer / water layer. Okay, now I'm about to take a green cutting off of a, we're going to just call it an unknown fade, but it's probably a brown turkey or celeste. Okay, out here in the orchard. Doing good. Look at this. That's the cutting there. It grew this much this year. Really nice and lignified. And it already shot out this probably 12-inch or more green cutting. Okay. This is green as I can find out here that I want to cut. Okay. Cut it off. Strip off these bottom leaves and let's go. I'm going to drop it straight in a jar of water. Okay. Now we got to walk down here to. We gotta walk down here and I'll show you the rest, but I'll film the whole way. Okay, here's another. That fade is about ready. It'll be my second fade off of my orchard. Okay, these are all air layers that I've got going up here in the field. Traditional air layers, okay? Traditional air layers. Traditional air layers. Okay, come on. We're going down here to the apartment. See a whole bunch of other figs all the way down through there, all the way back past the wheelbarrow, if you can see the wheelbarrow. All the way back there to the wheelbarrow, I was saying. Okay, almost over here to where I want to. I've got everything set up so I can make this a quick video. Here we go. Here we go. All right. Thank you, honey. All right, here we go. These two cuttings I took earlier today. One is a celeste tree and one's an unknown tree, but I've got it labeled. Okay. Here's my potting soil that I'll be using for these 3 air layers. Grab it. It's wet, sprayed down good. Squish the water out that much. Drop it in the bag. That much. Okay, that's one. Two. Add. This is ProMix HP. It's peat moss and perlite and mycorrhizas or something else in there. But just look up air layer and just do it the normal way to air layer. This is the added step. It's doing an air layer while leaving it in a glass of water and not attached to the parent tree. So I'll strip these leaves off. Let's start with our green one. We'll go ahead and do it. We'll do it like this. So you know it's going to sit down in the jar that much, so I'm going to take this next leaf off. Let's see. Rooting hormone, Clonex. Let's go right there between the two nodes, the leaves that I broke off. Paint them. Cut your baggie carefully. Wrap your baggie around your stem real good. Get it down in good contact with your soil. Just look up normal air layering with a bag. Okay, you can find all these steps and more information. Okay, that's that. Set it back in the jar while we wait. Now this can already is full of water. Okay, you see what I did? I took that when I was gone today. So I'm out in public. You find a tree that you want to bring home and try. You want to air layer off of it. Well, you don't want to leave this tree sitting over there. So or put an air layer on a tree out in public for some reason. So you're not going to ever come back to that place, or any number of reasons. Okay, I painted that with those two leaves I popped off earlier. So this had leaves going all the way down, and I cut it off, and now, you know, it's been about an hour. But either way, I just put some of this rooting hormone between the two nodes, and I've got it labeled up here, Celeste. I'm going to try and get both of those nodes into my bag here. Get the soil wrapped around it. Just like that. And so this way I can root them at home. I mean, I can air layer it while it's on my porch instead of having to babysit it out in public. And how many times have you seen that? Or cut a branch off, brought it home, and just left it sitting in a jar of water, or try to sit it into a pot and try and get it to root in a pot, you know, or keep it misted or sprayed. This is okay, let's see, this one's gonna go on this node. I'm gonna put it right here. These aren't just leaves, these are little branches that came out on, I need to label it higher, little branches. And if that works out well, then I don't know. I'm just going to do this for shits and giggles. Just do a little scrape right there. Okay, because it's really hard wood. This is last year's wood. And then this would have been this year's wood on those. Put some right there on that. I mean, how many times have you brought home a cutting, or just had a cutting off a green, you know, living tree, or currently growing tree, brought it home and not, you know, not been able to do anything with it? Maybe put it in a glass of water, put it in a pot, and try to root it that way. Well, this is going to take all the guesswork out. This is going to be an air layer. You know, you're going to get dirt roots, because even if you did successfully get some water roots, or some of those little white bumps that they get on the stem in water, to get it transitioned over into dirt is a whole new thing. So, and then this one last step is going to make this jar from not falling over. I'm just going to put a bunch of rocks down here in the bottom. And this is, if anybody wants to know, this is granite rock. And I'm only doing this to keep it from falling over. Okay? And then you can pay attention to it. If you need to change your water, you know, every week. Here's some more water that I have. If you want to change your water every week or whatever, put in fresh, clean water, whatever, distilled water, I don't care. Do whatever you want to do as far as how you would have it sitting in a glass of water. Do this however you want to do it, the way you would do an air layer. You can cut the bark, do a girdle on it, paint that spot. This is merely for an example, to show you a new method that I come up with, which is how to put it in a glass of water and an air layer. So the branch isn't still attached to the mother tree. That's the whole point of this. Okay, all right.